That's what he does.
All right, you won the bet.
Yeah.
Well, that was Romero.
Yeah.
Yaol.
Yo.
All right, so I'm gonna go run to the restroom, and I'm gonna sneak out.
Yeah,
No.
because you sent him the wrong goose
Well, I didn't send
Took
it.
a snipe hunt. Remember snipe?
Oh yeah, didn't Randy send you the address?
He
No.
sent it to me. Right.
Yeah.
Clear.
I, honestly, I meant to send it to you, and I sent it to him instead.
Yeah,
So I was.
dropped it. It was air delivered. He sent a pigeon
Man,
with a guy on a horse.
I believe it.
A guy on a horse drove by. He's like, "Hey, we're at the AC place today." I knew
That's
like
right.
Paul Revere.
no worry. I see where I stand.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Okay.
I get it.
What happened? You were saying what happened to your eye?
No, I had to go to the ophthalmologist for exam, but this, it's fine. I don't.
No, I think you do it on purpose just because it makes you look better than you already do.
Yeah,
It doesn't bother me.
I'm a
whatsoever.
bad dude. Watch this.
When you walk around,
Ow.
when you
Well,
walk around, it's cool.
No, the funny part is like people when you see got a shine or you see got a black eye. Most people they kind of cover it up and they have their head down. It's because they got their ass or their butt checked. You know, that's not
That's
the
a good
case.
perspective on it.
That's not the case. So
You earned it with a badge of honor.
I wear it with pride.
You want to see something cool?
What you got?
All right, so Wes Sims was just here.
I know. I saw.
Okay, so this is,
I have the same one.
yeah, I do too, but you don't have this.
What do you have?
And I told
I'm going
Wes,
to when I steal it.
How you Philly guys are saying?
Yeah.
so,
Big stuff.
all right, so I know that this is radio, but we'll describe it. It says Dixon.
Oh my gosh! No way.
These are, this is from the movie.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he said this was in the first scene, the first fight. So
Oh my God.
this is Antonio Tarver's shorts.
Oh my God! That's awesome.
WBC of the back.
How much you want? Because I'll have Antonio sign it.
Well,
Well, that devalues it in some
No,
some
it
people
does not.
think that it
It-
brings the value of memorabilia
No,
down.
because no, I don't care about that. It's first of all, something like that isn't something that's going to be sold. Something like that would be something that stays in my possession.
So what if
till
it
I'm
gets
done.
passed down to your kids and
That's
it's
it.
valuable
They can do.
where they could
They
sell
can
it?
do whatever they want with it. But at the time when I get it, it's for me.
Would
So,
it be
all right,
King Travis?
yeah, that's what. So if
I wouldn't
it,
do two straps. I would have his
See.
name.
so that's what we were talking about.
But that's not because I have a friendship with Antonio Tarver. He's a great guy. I don't want because maybe one day you need to sell it.
Well, no. What I said, Trav, it's not that I want to sell it. Like I have some cool
Yes.
stuff as well, and I want to pass it down to now my granddaughter,
Yes.
not my
Yep.
son, not my
Right.
daughter, and I'm torn because, yeah, it would say to Randy, even though she doesn't call me that.
Right.
But it would be cool just to have it
Yeah.
to give to her down the road.
Absolutely.
So
I absolutely agree.
just shows you what Wes thinks of me that he left those shorts
That's
in.
awesome. I think he had a pair for me too.
Well, I don't know.
He doesn't know who I am.
Well, no, he got these from, I guess, a prop guy.
That's
Or
awesome.
has
That's
this.
really
Now
cool.
what's crazy is Antonio texted me back.
Did he
He
really?
goes, they look kind of big, and Wes is like, you wore them.
I'll take a picture and send it to him.
I,
right
ju-
now.
I already did it. Bad radio that we're doing, but it is what it is.
You guys are from Philly.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
I told
You
Wes
guys, you
that.
guys worship a fake
I took-
boxer.
Do me,
Oh,
do,
yeah. Okay. So
It's like a
I'm
Muhammad.
sorry, but I have to tell the story now because she actually just called.
but do me a favor,
But
and just shut up.
My ringer's off. Kelly just called my wife, and we went and saw the new Rocky when it came out, Rocky Balboa. So that's awesome.
Well, that's the photo I sent to
Cool.
Target.
So I go. I don't remember how Adrian died. Like I don't remember from was it number 5? I was like, I have no clue what happened. She's like, well, why don't you just research? I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, find out how she died in real life. I said, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, well, they have a statue,
Well, we went to the gravesite.
Yeah, I know. But she's like, well, it's true, right? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, Rocky's totally made up. It's like Rocky is the epitome of what a Philadelphian is. That's who we are, what we do. We do not quit no matter what, and that's Rocky. That's what every Philadelphian is. So she's like, that makes no sense.
Every
They
one
have
of
a
us.
They have a statue. They have this, that, and the other.
Now
I was like, wow.
Now I know why.
Seriously?
Now
Seriously,
I know
Kelly?
now I know why Randy was the claim he was from there because he had a connection to it. His uncle obviously being in the media. But no, I never liked Rocky. I never liked the Rocky.
I know what you did there.
I never got into Rocky. I never
I loved
watched it.
it.
I never was inspired
Yeah,
by
well,
it. I never liked it.
that
but
is stupid.
Well, that's because you're a loser.
Your perspective, it changed my mind. Like your perspective on it, about it, because there's not many cities where like a character can represent the
Yes,
embodiment.
and
That's
that's
not
what people
true.
don't.
Well,
It's,
what
it's
else
not
do
true
you
though.
have?
It's not true.
Well-
I mean, yes, that's what Philadelphia stands for.
Yes.
What's
But
Phoenix
what
stand
was
for?
what was the Tom Cruise movie, the high school football movie from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
You could do it in Cleveland. You could do it in Boston. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but
Okay.
not to the same, not the same.
I mean, I get it. You couldn't do, Tyrone Booz, may he rest in peace. Even though he was from Hartford, he lived in Clearwater. He trained in St. Pete.
But you
Tampa
can't-
Bay is not Philadelphia.
You can't take
Yeah.
this same elevation as Rocky Balboa and Philly. I mean, it's just you got to also realize the type of people we are too. Like we say what's on our mind, we do what we want, we say what we say. Like that's just
Any
the
other
way we are.
questions?
That's why he had 3 followers until last week.
Well, whatever.
No, it changed. It changed my total perspective. Now the next question: do I have to start at 1 and go all the way through? Is the storyline is essential, or can I go straight to Rocky 5 and just
No,
love
you
it
have
for
to-
what it is?
Yeah, no. I was going to say you could watch others, but you do need to watch one
Yeah,
first.
if you want to know the storyline, like I know a lot of people. Like as a kid, I didn't really care. Like I wanted to just watch number 4 because that's Ivan Drago. That was the Russian. That was all the crazy training. Yeah, but it was the training.
Go
So
for it.
that was also what was it? 96 or 97. We had a big blizzard like in Philadelphia. So like I did all that Russian training and stuff because that's. I mean, I loved rock.
That is an
But
iconic scene.
looking back, yeah, you absolutely should
Well,
watch one.
one is where he's a nobody.
Yes.
He's breaking bones and
Yep.
collecting gambling debts, and he just pulls them out because it's going to be the holiday and it's Philadelphia and the fight and this that
The
the
one that
other.
falls out, so Rocky needs to go.
Right. And let's be honest, and Stallone has said this, and we don't think about this, that what goes into picking the characters, like, could you imagine, because I can't, who else could have played Apollo Creed like Carl Weathers?
Absolutely.
To be honest, who could have played
He
Rocky?
played Rocky,
Right.
exactly, because they wanted someone else,
Right.
and he wouldn't do it.
So the
That's-
story about
that's
Stallone
awesome.
is, he was broke in real life.
As a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, he had nothing.
He sold his dog.
living on the
Right.
street.
And was offered good money for a
Right.
script.
Right?
And he said no.
Because he couldn't do that.
He wanted to play it. They're like, you're awful. We don't want you. And he held out. Imagine if he didn't hold out. A, would the Rocky series be what it is? And B, would Stallone be what he is? Stallone, it got so big that he could do over-the-top, awful movie and nobody cared.
Yeah, he did.
Throw
Yeah,
Mama,
he
I
did
know
over the
that.
top.
The funny part is I can't even
That's
think
what
of
I'm
those
saying.
movies that they were that horrible.
Yeah.
Like I know
Throw
they
Mama from the
Mama
Train.
Train.
Yeah.
But the arm wrestling scene
Yeah,
was
over the top.
was the best.
That's funny when you spit them out like they love it. When you say it's like, yeah, I know
But-
exactly. Because I want to turn my hat backwards right now and do it. But that's because
It's your
Rocky
power,
did it.
man.
That's because Rocky did it. And it's not even Sylvester Stallone. That was Rocky.
Right. Well, and that's like, I always ask the question, and it got thrown back to me once a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't answer it. If you could have dinner with any 4 people, living or passed away, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, yeah, it's always Rocky. It's not Sylvester Stallone.
It would be cool to meet the guy, but from what I've heard, not really a nice guy to meet.
It depends, like anything.
It's just like anything.
My sister-in-law used to work for like a home shopping company. They were based out of Minnesota, and she did a lot of work with Sly's wife.
Oh, nice.
So she would send my brother. My brother has nothing over me on anything other than his wife was in Stallone's house. That's the and she would send him pictures of her and Sly and all that kind of
But
stuff.
that's different than probably, it's cordial.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever,
Whoever.
a celebrity, doesn't even have to be a celebrity.
Yeah,
It can be a apple hole, but together at a restaurant with friends, they're different. So I think it's rare that you find those people, and you are one of these, that it's just a down to earth. It doesn't matter if they're a fighter, a plumber, a garbage guy. I mean, Tyrone Booz was a sanitation worker. A former WBO cruiserweight champ, blah 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 blah.
But that's also what makes you
Who you are.
champion caliber. That's what gives you the drive, that persistency.
This week I broke off a water faucet on my side of my house.
And you
I put
did
it on
it.
social media, and all the bare knuckle guys who are skilled tradesmen, Rick Russo up in Virginia, and Travis, they're all on there giving me advice, like buy this, do
But
this,
that's
send me a
'cause
video. Like, because those kind of people,
We're friends.
Right. Well, I did too. I texted him.
Yeah,
Call a
you're like,
plumber.
you're calling I knew that.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? So
What
I,
is the satisfaction of doing it yourself?
you know,
Yeah,
it's,
I get
Like
it.
Steve
No,
gets
there
it.
is. There
Every
is.
time we
There
close
is.
that garage door, you get the feeling.
so we need some plumbing stuff done too, right?
Yeah.
So I put it on Facebook and you know, who do you know? And Ralph Garcia, you know, a lot of people recommended it, and Ralph Garcia recommended it, and I'm like, all right, because Ralph recommended it, and you know, it's a small, and you know, you hope that they'll come and at least do a decent job because you know, I know, he knows.
Yes.
And so I texted, he called me, we texted back and forth. He goes, "You're the one that got me into MMA."
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, "Really?"
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And he goes, "Yeah, I won a meet and greet with Matt Hughes."
Oh wow.
And then I trained for 10 or 15 years since then. So he's at one of the houses today at
another one
Sean's
right there.
house.
That's another one that you would like to meet, Matt Hughes. What he's been through his entire life. Oh my God, that's
I'll tell. All right, this is Steve's line. You know, all out of stories, Andy. So I've never been madder than when Colby Covington beat Robbie Lawler. Not because he won. I don't care. Is after the fight when he was being interviewed, he said, I don't want to say quote. I'm sure some words are off. He said, "You would have thought Robbie Lawler would have learned to get off the track when the train's coming." Right. So I got pissed off.
yeah.
Right? I mean, Matt and I are
Yeah.
such good friends that when the accident happened, I had media all over the world calling me, asking me questions. I mean, Matt and I went to Paris and blah 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 blah, and so I texted Matt. I was pissed,
Yeah.
and he laughed. He goes, "It's kind of funny." Now
Yeah.
I don't know if he sounded that way because it's a text. I always do
Right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was cool with it, so I'm like, all right, you know.
I mean-
Matt Hughes is a good
But
dude.
you gotta also, that's what I was saying, you gotta also understand who Matt Hughes is, which obviously you do. But also when you're in that spotlight, everything's gonna be thrown at you. Things
Sure.
will be said all the time. Things will be said about your family, dumb stuff, you know, so he knows how to brush it off his shoulders. I'm not quite in that category, so if you say
Of
something
being
wrong,
able to
then-
brush it off,
yeah,
right.
yeah. You say something stupid, I'll be in your face.
Yeah, we wanted you to go with us yesterday. I know business comes first,
Yeah.
but did you see those photos hanging out with those
That
gators?
was very cool.
2
Very cool.
feet from
Yeah,
15
that's,
gators.
That's what people don't understand. Like, I mean,
You're
guys
not here.
get it. No, but I'm not here to play and have fun.
Right.
Like, even like Matt calls me to do stuff. You know, come on,
Why?
do this. That.
And why do you answer?
Because I
Because
just
he's
want to
my
hold the
friend.
fitting of the
Yeah.
pipe, right?
Yeah,
So
it's-
I just
yeah.
I just want
Oh,
to blow it.
well, while you're here, can you help me do this?
I mean,
No.
he drained my ice out for
Yeah,
me while I was
that's
on
true.
vacation.
Yes, I did.
He,
I felt so
he
stupid.
knocked out the drain tube. And
I wouldn't have a problem going to Matt's house when he's not there.
no, it's not bad. Apparently it's a nice
Right.
time.
I don't want to be there when he's there.
I just, my problem is when I come to camp, I'm here for it.
And you should be.
That's
like
the
a lot.
professionalism
No,
that's
but
lacking.
like I see a lot of other people, and this sounds really bad, but like even like Easter, the very next day was my birthday, April Fool's Day. My whole life's a joke. But like, I don't take time off. Easter, I was still in the gym. I was still working out, losing weight. My birthday, I worked out 3 times that day. Like that's just what I do. It's just
Well, and
another
you
Just
have
another
to.
day,
Yeah,
right?
and you have
Because
to.
a lot of people celebrate every holiday
Yeah,
because
and
it's a break. and
Whether
it's
they're
lazy.
Christian or not.
Right.
I get that. Like
Whether
listen,
they're Mexican or not.
Whoa, whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
exactly.
No, I'm
Whoa,
saying.
yeah.
Cinco de Mayo or
Exactly,
Mexican Independence.
exactly.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
oh yeah, yeah.
St.
yeah.
Patrick's
Yeah, yeah,
Day.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
you're right. And I get. Listen,
Valentine's
the
Day.
family life, all that stuff, I totally get that stuff. It's just I'm in a totally different mindset when I'm in camp. When I'm in camp, I'm in work. So like even dumb things like I talk to my kids and my wife every single day.
I wouldn't call that dumb.
No, I'm just saying. No, what I mean by that is like
You know, have another